Good afternoon, Penn Trafford, and welcome to another edition of What's Up Warriors. I'm Robbie Buck.
I'm April Miller.
Today we'll take an inside look at the fall play, get a behind the scenes of Wake Up Warriors, and then recognize an amazing teacher here at PT. And finally, we will get an update of the Penn Trafford football team as they kick off the playoffs tonight. Kicking off a successful opening last night, the fall play is off and running. If you did not get a chance to see it last night, there are still 3 more chances to see the comedy Break a Leg. Here's a sneak peek into the production.
With the fall play opening this weekend, we talked with the Drama Guild to get an inside scoop on PT's production, Break a Leg.
Our show is called Break a Leg, and it's a show within a show within a show. And it's about a cast of characters who are putting on a show, and a bunch of mishaps happen, and which sends the director into a tailspin, and she ends up just collapsing.
In the fall play, I am playing the part of Harry. Harry in the show is kind of like the prankster character. He's always cracking terrible jokes. He's always causing distractions. And within the show, Harry's playing a villain of the show within the show called Teenage Terror.
So my character this year is Judy, and I'm the props girl. And it's been really fun for me just because it was more of an acting role, more than like lines. I didn't really have a whole lot of lines, which is fine because it really challenged me as an actor, because then I got more chances to improvise and just have a fun time with the character. And I really got to develop her to be the way I wanted it to be.
Well, this is my first year, so just getting into the system and knowing the do's and don'ts and what I can do and where I have to go to get things. And then added on top of that, we have the renovations, of course. And so I tried to choose a play that would easily transfer to here, Trafford Middle School, so that when the actors came down, there wouldn't be too much technical things to worry about.
Performing at Trafford, it's a little bit weird because I'm so used to the high school. And I kind of wanted my senior play to be, on the high school stage, but, it's okay. I got it. I get it. But, yeah, it's a little bit different, but I'm getting used to it.
Being at Trafford was a bit of a challenge for us just because we didn't have a stage this year, Got the auditorium seats right here from the old one. So it was pretty upsetting that we didn't have an auditorium, but Trafford was kind enough to let us perform at their school, so I'm really looking forward to that because it'll be a different opportunity to perform on a stage that I haven't before.
The show times are November 5th through the 7th, and that starts at 7:30 p.m. And we've got a special November 8th Sunday time that starts at 2 p.m.
I would say anybody who wants to join the Drama Guild is more than welcome. It's such a fun thing to do. We really create such a bond with each other that we end up being a family. Everybody's nice to each other. We all look forward to rehearsal, even though we have to stay late at night. It's fun. You just get to hang out with your friends. And even if you don't make the shows, if you're not an actor, it doesn't matter. You can do crew. There's so many different crews you can be a part of, and really it's just one great fun time for all of us. So
Come see our show.
Reporting for PTV, this is Mick Stinelli. Back to you in the studio.
Every morning, dedicated students show up early to give you the announcements on Wake Up Warriors. We wanted to show you exactly what it takes to produce this show. Now to Robbie and Trent with the story on our very own morning news.
And we're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We might be a bit biased, but here at Video, we think Wake Up Warriors is one of the best productions in the school. We went to our very own video room to figure out what was going on and to show you just what happens behind the scenes of Wake Up Warriors.
Okay, basically what we do, I come in here every day and I turn the mics on and I do mic checks with people. Then we have to go through the camera shots and frame everyone up and get the graphics on correctly. I have to edit the graphics and put in the new names for today and what we're doing, and sometimes we have to upload new advertisements or videos that people want us to put in. We have to edit the script, and we just have to get everything in line so that we can do our show.
My role for the show is to obviously oversee all the different student roles that are being performed that day, all the way from the top, from producer and director, down through switcher, audio, camera person, teleprompter, the anchors, the lighting, pretty much everything. Everybody's got a role to play, but ultimately I guess it's me that has to make sure that those are done, which I don't normally have to do because the people that are in those roles do such a good job on a daily basis that I kind of stand there and make sure nothing goes wrong.
I'm an anchor once a week. I usually come in and you usually got to get here early, make sure the script's done, start running through it so you're like prepared for the show. Then obviously when you go live, everything that you do goes out to the school, so you need to like watch what you do. When I'm not on, so the other 4 days a week, I fill in wherever they need me, if I'm in the back or if I'm on cameras or whatever. I'm just wherever they need me, I try to fill in. Be as involved as I can, well-rounded in the video room.
Wake Up Warriors, I do a lot of the smaller jobs, like I turn on the lights, I help Dylan with the script, I turn on all the cameras, and I do the camera work. I get here at about 6:50. I come in, I turn on all the lights, turn on all the cameras. I check the script, see if there's anything that needs to be done. I also do the weather graphic that's shown throughout the day. And then at 7:20, I start getting on cameras and help framing up.
As you can see, Penn Trafford, there's a lot of hard work and dedication that goes into creating our show every morning.
We hope you enjoyed our segment. I'm Trent.
I'm Robbie.
Now back to you right here.
Right here in the studio. It is sometimes very easy to forget that teachers have a life of their own outside of school. A lot of them do some very interesting things when they are not in the classroom. For this year's Teacher Spotlight, let's head down to the CAD room to catch up with Mr. Romeo.
Hi, I'm Sam Reif. I'm here with Mr. Romeo. Could you tell us what you teach?
I teach computer-aided drafting, and I teach the Project Lead the Way class called Introduction to Engineering.
And what do you do in those classes?
In CAD, we mostly do we do an introduction to hand drawing, and then we get into mechanical drafting on the computers. That's the CAD part of it. And then in the Introduction to Engineering class, we do a lot of problem-solving activities where you really get your mind working in an engineering type of manner with visualization and solving problems.
And are there any hobbies you have?
Well, other than hanging out with my wife and two awesome kids, my main hobby would be drag racing.
Oh, that's cool. What kind of cars you drive?
I have a 1970 Chevy Nova.
And what would you say your biggest accomplishment in racing would be?
Well, I've won 2 championships at my local track, points championships. I won a $3,000 to win race in Tennessee. That was a crowning moment, so to speak, so far.
How did you first get introduced to racing?
It's actually a really, really long story, but the short of it for this interview is that we built a car to take to car shows, like at the Norwood Hills car show, and we realized very quickly that sitting behind a car on a lawn chair is boring. So we took the car to the track, and ultimately the rest is history. But I was 13, 14 when that happened. I started racing when I was 16, so I've been doing it for 13 years. So and now my whole family does it. My mom, dad, and brother, we all race and have cars. So it's a family-oriented hobby.
All right, thank you for your time.
This has been Sam and Chris. Back to you guys in the studio.
After a perfect season of 9-0, the Warrior football team is off to the playoffs. They will host North Hills tonight at 7:30. We asked some players what their thoughts are on the playoffs. Here are Dom and Zach with the story.
Penn Trafford Warrior football team is coming out of a blazing 9-0 undefeated regular season, and they are now set up to face North Hills in the first round of the playoffs. We decided to get an up-close and personal look on the team to see what their expectations were for this year's postseason.
This playoffs, expectations are to win it all.
I expect us to make it to the Whitfield Championships and win.
I think we'll go to Hines. I don't know if we'll win or not. It's my first year. I think we're going to have a good game in the semis, depending on where we get ranked. I mean, you never know.
Playoffs? I'm not on the football team.
With expectations high as can be, we asked them what they needed to do as a team to fulfill these expectations.
We need to work together, not fight amongst ourselves. We haven't done that at all this year, but you never know.
feel like we need to go 100% at practice every single day and just have a relentless attitude.
We need to execute on every single play.
We also wanted to know what their biggest challenges would be in this year's postseason.
I think we're going to face a lot of tough opponents, and I think they're really going to test our ability as a team.
Probably Central or Pine Richmond, depending on where we get ranked.
A lot of good teams. There's a lot of good teams in the playoffs this year.
This has been Dom Dunnigan and Zach Yelker. Back to you in the studios.
This concludes our segment of What's Up Warriors. We hope to see you all tonight either at the football game or at Trafford Middle School to support either the Warrior football team or the cast-in crew of Break a Leg. I'm Robbie Buck.
I'm April Miller.
Have a fun and safe weekend, Penn Trafford.